Hey, Shalom Akim. I'm going to start off by giving all praises, honors, and glories due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash. I want to give double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect scattered among the four corners of the earth, all right? So, as you guys know, there has been talks going around about how a lot of these women, they're now how do I say, they're now feeling, that dangerous part of society, and it's always been like that, but now, so like, let me do this. Yeah, let me take off low power mode. Now that I had to do that because my phone was shutting down, turning going to sleep or whatever. But now that we're in the middle of the pandemic, right? Okay, and a lot of people are depressed, feeling anxiety, social discomfort. I think they call it social. What do they call it? Social something. People have been away from each other for so long that now that love and that compassion for one another is gone. And it goes back to that scripture in Matthew, I think it's 24-25, because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. Because right now what you see is that there's a cold spirit being mingled in the air throughout America, and you can see it. You can see it through the news. If you go through your local news, depending on where you live, you will see a lot of crazy stories about. Oh, let me give you an example. A few days ago over here, I think in Maryland, I think it was a few days ago, probably like on Friday or Thursday, there was a news article that came out that said this woman, she killed her two kids because, and after she killed her two kids, she killed herself. And she did that, she wrote in a letter because she did not, basically she did not want her children to live in a cruel world, She wrote that in her memoir. And there was another lady, she basically jumped off I think it was a fifth story building, holding her kids in her arm, and they splat down the ground. They hit the concrete. I think that was over there in Russia. And there's also another lady who basically killed her two kids. I'm not sure if she killed herself, but I think she did. I may be confusing it for the other story, but it was over here in the States. She killed her two kids, and the reason why she did it was because she did not want her children to live in this satanic world, just to paraphrase what she said. And that's the same, pretty much that's the same thing that other lady said before she committed suicide and killing her children right along with it, So people are starting to feel that this world is messed up and it's not right. And we were going over that, at camp with the camp leaders, and we had, other camps come in and fellowship with us and congregate with us, So we were going over that at camp, and how that these people, man, they're starting to feel that demonic vibration, but because they have attachments to the world, they don't want to basically let it go. They don't want this world to go, A lot of people, they know that this world is fucked up, but because of the attachments that they have to this to society, they don't want to let it go. And that's why a lot of people will get the jab and they will fold, because you have a lot of people now, that are talking shit, saying, oh, no, I'm not getting a vaccine. I'm not getting a vaccine. It's easy to say that you're not going to get the jab right now. It's easy to say that. But once you're starving and your children are starving and they're falling sick, that's going to put pressure, especially if you're a parent, okay, and you have love for your children. Now, there's going to be some that they're those people out there that are just cold-hearted, that they're going to put their children to death, like a mercy kill, so they can be free from this cruel world during those times. But that's only a few people, and not a lot of people they have the stomach to do that. And I'm not condoning that type of behavior. That's actually very wicked. That's very messed up. But it's what's gonna happen during these last days. So what I have for you guys are two videos. One of them happened last week, which is what you see here. Woman narrowly escapes man chasing her to apartment door. And this one happened, I think, yesterday or the day before. Woman raped on train in Upper Darby while others stood around and watched. So they basically watched this woman get raped and ravished, bro. And as she's screaming for help, trying to get this man off her, he's over there hitting her and shit. And people are just watching. And the reason why people are watching is because they do not know what could happen to them next, And you see a lot of guys talking shit in the comment section. Oh, why didn't you guys help her? Blah, blah, blah. That's so messed up. Okay, motherfucker. You want to be a superhero, go ahead and save the next person you see. All right? I've been watching. Like, let me show you guys something. There's this guy that I watch. I think it's self-defense. Yeah, active self-protection. This guy has a lot of good videos, and he will show you that it's not good to pretty much help people out. I'll show you right here. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, right here. Concealed carrier loses his life trying to stop a mass shooting. So basically, this man appears to be an Edomite. He thought it was the right thing to do to go ahead and bring his gun out. There were two perpetrators. There was a male and a female. He only seen the male come in and start shooting people up, in the supermarket. He did not know that there was a female. And I think it's a psychological effect because in most cases, we don't always suspect females, That's the number one thing wrong in the society. Society is engineered to always pretty much give women the benefit of the doubt, We never suspect women. And that's the problem, man. Because women, they get all these chances to do all the wickedness they want to do. But at the end of the day, if they can cry and get social media to rally around them and pretty much defend her, she will be all right. And you have simps out there that'll give her money to GoFundMe pages and shit, But the story of that video is that a woman, all right, was walking behind him, and she was a partner of the shooter, and she came up and shot him in the head, while the guy was trying to chase the man. And it's sad because not that the guy is innocent, the Lord controls all these events, but on the carnal, emotional level, you kind of get messed up about it because the guy was just trying to help people, save the day or whatnot, but he did not suspect that the woman was also with the plan, and ultimately he left about 3 kids behind and a wife. He made his woman a widow, So these are just one of the main examples of why people are not going to go out their way to help people, because all that Captain Hero being a Superman save the day is just going to get you in the grave, and that family, that you saved, supposedly they're not going to give a shit about you. They might praise you for 1 week, and then the next week you're off their mind, All they're thinking about is their daughter or their son. They're not thinking about you. But who's thinking about you for the rest of their lives? Your family. So that's why it's not wise to go and help in situation. And there's a precept for that. I don't really want to copy like exactly what the brother said in this video because I did watch it. And I got inspired to do a lesson, but I'm trying to, make it a little bit different. But If the spirit wants me to bring out the same precepts, then it is what it is, you know. And these are the things. These are the things that we'll have to pretty much do during the end times, because when all hell breaks loose, man, there's going to be a lot of scenarios that guys are going to get caught off guard. One good example is in a movie. Let me see if I can find it. Book of Eli Highway Scene. So yeah, here it is. So basically, this woman.
Learn about crypto and get
This is probably
paid
one
as
of
you
my
learn
favorite
with
scenes
Coinbase
ever.
Earn. We've paid out.
This is a good scene right here. You can see is the typical damsel in distress. A good looking woman is she needs help or whatever, and a lot of look, man, a lot of idiots out there. You retarded as men. You stupid as men. You gonna fall for stuff like that. You gonna see a beautiful woman, and she may be starving, and she got all beat up or whatever. She got bruises on her neck or whatever. She got mud on her shoes or whatever, and she's gonna be screaming for help. Help me! Help me! And then sooner or later, 5 seconds later, while you're talking to the broad, you're gonna have somebody pull up with a gun to the back of your head, telling you to remove everything you have. Okay. And these are the type of scenarios that are gonna happen. A lot of guys, they're gonna get taken by that. That's why the scripture says to not be a busybody in many matters, and not to meddle with too many affairs. And also to give not thy strength to women, because a lot of guys, when they see a woman, they lose logic and sense. So I'm gonna play this scene right here. You can see she's like that damsel in distress.
Please, don't hurt me. Here, take anything you want. You want some food? Take it.
Not gonna hurt you.
Yeah? That's what the last guy said. Could you help me? The wheel came off. I can't fix it.
Yeah, she's gonna ask you a favor.
If I could.
See, this guy's smart. You see how he's looking around?
And the only good thing about
You see how he's looking around? He's checking to see. He's checking to see if there are people. Yeah, there we go. See, that's how he's supposed to be. The scriptures talk about being prudent. A prudent man looketh well to his going. Let me go ahead and get that precept. There's Proverbs 22, verse 3. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Okay? Let me see if I can find more. Proverbs 27 and 12. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. Proverbs 14 and 15. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. That's actually talking about doctrine. It's not actually talking about, but you could apply it to different scenarios, because a prudent man will not believe anything he hears. He will study the scriptures to see if it's true. Like the church of Berea, they didn't believe everything that the Apostle Paul said, but when they researched and they studied the scriptures, they said, okay, it's true. And Apostle Paul, he pretty much bigged them up, and he praised them for that, for not being a fool and believing anything, not being simple. So going back to the scene right here, man, it's best that we wise up in these times, as scripture says, Isaiah 33 and 6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the fear of the Lord shall. Let me go ahead and get that. These are basic scriptures that you always hear a lot, and it might sound, repetitive and you get annoyed hearing them, but we got to wedge it into your soul, your subconscious, because, you're going to need these spiritual words when the time comes. Here it is. Wisdom and knowledge shall be, this is Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. And it all starts from the fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, as it says. So I'm going to go back and search a busy body. Is that how you spell it? Busybody. Is that how you spell it? Metal. I think it is, yeah. 1 Peter 4:15. But let none of you suffer as a murderer or as a thief or as an evildoer or as the busybody in other men's matter. And that goes for scenarios like this. If you see a woman, all right, she may look alone, like you may think that she's alone, but just know that it could be a setup, and that there are men out there lurking with weapons, knives, guns, ready to end your life, or even worse, put you on the slave market, because slavery is coming back. Having people work the continent's chains of iron, in a lawless society, anything goes. You think people gonna call the police because somebody enslaved a group of people? No, man, slavery is coming back. And there's gonna be a lot of demonic energy out there. Just putting that out there because this morning, like around 3 or 4, I had a dream, and it was pretty much the beginning of Jacob's trouble, and I felt it through my bones, my spirit. It was like that eerie. How you watch a scary movie, and the beginning of it is like unsettling. You can feel something coming. That's how it was in my dream, and I seen a lot of spirits, man. Entities appearing. They couldn't see me, but I could see them. So let me go ahead and go back to this video right here. That's why we need protection from Yahweh Shem Yahshai, because
A scary moment for a woman entering her apartment when a man tried to force his way in. He wasn't successful.
I think this definitely is an Edomite. Appears to be an Edomite. You see him. He says, "Man heard he wants to rape, kill a woman in Las Vegas, ring camera." So that ancient spirit is coming back, man, and you can feel it. You can feel it. That ancient, not giving a fuck spirit, that anarchy spirit is coming back, man. You see a lot more in the news that a lot of women are getting ravished, murdered, raped. Just a few weeks ago, you had that Gabby Petito case, that everybody was white Edomite America was going crazy about, And also after that, you also have that Latin woman, that Northern Kingdom woman, that also got murdered and raped. I think it was in Chicago or whatever, somewhere around there. You had that blow up on social media. So, a lot of women are starting to realize that society is not safe for them. That men are scary and dangerous. That's what they're saying. They're saying that men are scary, and that they are afraid to go out by themselves and have a man approach them. Because a lot of guys, they approach a woman to try to get their number or whatnot, and it makes a lot of women uncomfortable because if they reject the guy, they don't know what's going to happen to them. The man could get a gun and tell them to get in the car, or he could knock them out upside the head, knock them out, and carry him back to his dungeon, and have her chained up, and all kinds of wicked abominations happening to her. So, to you sisters out there, it's best that you stay in the house, man, and be careful and move with wisdom. And ultimately, the best thing you can do is get a man in the Lord to protect you, because we're coming into some dangerous, demonic times that the presence of the Most High, like the presence of the Most High, will not be felt within this earth unless you are one of the elect, you know? Even the elect are going to be scarcely saved, you know? So if the elect are scarcely saved, that means the elect are going to feel that energy, you know? And it's not going to be fun. We're going to have to go through it. So I'm going to play this video, and I'm also going to play the other video, and I'm going to go ahead and get a few scriptures, and I'm going to close it out, you know?
But Amber
Lord's willing, this lesson is edifying.
Leano says the woman is sharing video of the moment in hopes of teaching other people ways to stay safe.
A terrifying moment.
Yeah,
a panicked woman is
panicking.
desperately trying to get into her apartment
I think it's a Northern Kingdom
before
woman.
it's
Yeah,
too late.
Latina.
A creep bolts down the hallway,
That Jake
coming
almost-
right for
that Jake
her.
wanted to kill
She
her, man,
escapes
you know?
with a second to spare.
Hey, yo, Mitch.
The drama unfolded at 2 in the morning when the woman arrived home from a long day at work. She says she noticed the stranger lurking outside her building in the Bronx, New York.
Wow.
You can see him go up the stairs. She's apparently unaware that he's right behind her. Once inside, the suspect takes off after her. She gets inside in the nick of time.
Open up the door. Excuse me. Excuse me.
The lucky woman with the red hair and her family are so terrified today, they did not want their faces shown.
At this point, she wouldn't want to go outside to work or anything because she's scared this will happen again.
Can you believe the doors to the building were unlocked that night and remained so when Inside Edition was there? It's the moment of vulnerability we face every day. You're outside your home, your keys are in your hand, you're about to open the door, anything can happen. Security expert Manny Gomez offered some important safety tips.
This is an alarm.
That's why women should always be with a man, you know, especially at night, because there's a saying in the world, the devils or the demons come out at night, you know. They don't terrorize in the middle of the day where they can get caught. They terrorize in the night, you know. I'm gonna go ahead and play this video. Yeah, man, all that feminism, all that independent woman, all that I don't need a man spirit is about to be brought down, you know? Brought down to the ground. It's gonna be you get down or you lay down, you know? That type of vibe.
Well, Yuki, police are still in the early stages of their investigation, but they tell us that suspect has a history with police. Well, take a look. Authorities have identified that suspect as 35-year-old Fishton Noy. He now faces rape and other charges in connection to the incident that happened near 69th Street in Upper Darby around 11 o'clock Wednesday night.
And these 2/3 out here, they're pretty much minions of the Lord. You know, I came to realize the Lord could have done away with the 2/3 a long time ago, but the reason why he still has them lingering around is to fulfill the prophecies on the left-hand side, you know? Like, you got to have the people coming in, running to people's houses, killing people. These are the guys, the men and women that are going to be doing these type of things, you know? Because the spirits that are on them, okay, there are from the left hand. And when the time comes, they will activate. And that spirit will jump on that person. And it's going to be all chaos, you know? Guys like this are no good. You can't negotiate with somebody like that, you know? He's all bugged out, you know? So the best thing you can do is pretty much avoid him. Okay? And ultimately have the Lord direct your steps.
Police say a woman reported she was raped on the inbound L train. Investigators also say the attack happened while others were standing around on the train and, quote, did nothing. A police officer
they did the right thing.
Found the suspect
what, you want them to jump in and also get killed and leave behind their family?
People who ride
the
the L
society
are
is fucking
stunned to learn
stupid,
about
man.
these disturbing details.
Nobody's gonna come and save
They need
you.
more security. They really do. They really need a lot of security. Because it's getting bad out here. You can't even get on the bus.
Were people watching just doing nothing at the time?
Were they watching? I don't know. Again, we're still going through the video, but there was a lot of people, in my opinion, that should have intervened. Somebody should have done something. It speaks to where we are in society. I mean, who would allow something like that to take place? So it's troubling. But again, we're working on that, and we're trying to identify anyone that we saw coming on.
They didn't want to intervene because they didn't want to be killed, you know?
And police
It's not
also
worth
tell
losing
us
your
that
life over a
suspect did
stranger
not
that
know
you
the victim.
never met.
That suspect is now
Okay,
locked up in the Delaware County
a
Jail.
stranger that would
Reporting
never
live outside Upper
give a shit
Darby
about
Police
you
Headquarters, Matt Petrillo,
weeks
CBS 3
or
Eyewitness
months
News.
down the
All right,
line.
Matt, thank
you
you
know,
for that.
they're not going to be the ones that are going to be coming to your funeral. No, they'll congratulate and praise you for a week, and then that's it. You're just a distant memory. They won't even know your name. You know. So, one scripture that comes to mind is Isaiah. There's Isaiah 32:9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease, hear my voice. Ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech. And this is to you Israelite women out there, because you Israelite women, you guys have a chance at salvation, you know. You guys have a chance at salvation through the man of the Lord, you know, a man of the Lord. Verse 10, many days and years shall ye be troubled, ye careless woman, for the vintage shall fail, and the gathering shall not come. Okay? Tremble, ye women that are at ease, be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Yeah, meaning to lament. It's time to mourn now. Okay? They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Upon the land of my people shall come up thorns and briars, upon all the houses of joy in the joyous city. Because the palaces shall be forsaken, and the multitude of cities shall be left. The forts and towers shall be for dens forever, a joy of wild asses, a pasture of flocks. Okay? So it's only going to be for a moment of time until the Lord, as it says in verse 15, until the Lord takes us and pretty much ends this nightmare. But as for now, you know, you woman, you have to know your place in society, that you're just a weaker vessel, you know, like liberty and freedom rights and all these movements. They have deceived you women out there to think that you are equal to a man in academics and athletics, okay, biology, socially, mentally, okay, spiritually as well. You women have been deceived, okay, in thinking that you're superior to a man. And I'm trying to find the video. I mean, not the video, the precept. Despise the. I think it's in Jeremiah. Yeah, this is Jeremiah 4, verse 30. When thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou closest thyself with crimson, and though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou rentest thy face with painting, in vain shall thou make thyself fair, meaning beautiful. Thy lovers will despise thee, they will seek thy life. And that lovers refers to Esau, Edom. And really, this really refers to the whole nation of Israel, but mainly the woman, because Eve, Eve. Oh, actually, let me continue down. So yeah, it pretty much explains it in the 31st verse. For I have heard the voice of a woman in travail, and the anguish as of her that bringeth forth her first child, the voice of the daughter of Zion, the nation of Israel, that bewaileth herself, that spreadeth her hands, and say, woe is me now, for my soul is wearied because of murderers. And the murderers are who? Esau or the Edomites, you know? The Edomites, Edom. They are the murderers, okay? And right now, Eve, starting with Eve, she has pretty much brought down the whole nation through her covenant with the serpent. And that same serpent, that same lover, will despise her, you know, because it all starts with the woman, you know, before the man. The as it says in go ahead, woman being deceived, Eve being deceived. First Timothy 2:14, and Adam was not deceived, but the woman being deceived was in the transgression. So the woman was the one that pretty much sinned and caused the whole nation to fall. So that being said, you know, you woman, now's your time to get that recompense and that judgment, you know, because judgment now is prepared unto you careless woman. Now for you, you elect lady, you sincere sisters out there, continue doing what you got to do to be counted worthy before these times come. You know, the scripture says that, remember thou thy creator in the days of thy youth. The days of thy youth are the days before the destruction comes, while the evil days draw nigh, while the evil days are coming. You know, the scripture says in Habakkuk, though it tarry, wait for it shall surely come, for it shall not tarry, you know. So the evil days are drawing nigh, but what are you doing to prepare up to that, to those evil days? You know, are you praying? Are you asking the Lord for forgiveness? Are you coming to the Lord with a broken heart and a contrite spirit? Those are things that you have to meditate on. And really, you know, you woman out there, you won't get right until you see blood and death and destruction. That's when you woman will get right. But really, it starts with the men. You know, we have to get in order first, you know. Then once the women see that power, they'll get in order as well. And then right from there, we'll go into the kingdom of heaven, you know, with these new bodies. And we'll forget this nightmare called Babylon the Great and all these other captivities where Israel is, you know, around the world. We'll forget this captivity because this is the worst captivity ever, you know. Worst captivity ever, you know. So, Lord's will, you guys were edified, you know. I just wanted to make this quick and do a few. So, Lord's will, you guys were edified. Until next time, shalom.